high-speed internet from AT&T.
The following is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are Southwest.
Your Rangers are home for the next 11 days, and the homestand could not start out with a more exciting series. Tonight, they'll begin a 4-game set with the Central Division leading Cleveland Indians, and setting up a battle between the two best teams in the American League. There's plenty at stake. Maintaining division leads and vying for the league's best record are just two things to watch for. Settle in and get ready for baseball's best has to offer you when your Rangers and the Indians meet next. Well, a beautiful night here at Globe Life Park in Arlington. A comfortably warm evening. Breezes coming in out of the south, and it's the first game of a 10-game homestand for the Texas Rangers. Tonight they host the Cleveland Indians. And welcome in, everyone, along with Tom Greaves, Steve Busby. Glad you could join us for this Thursday night of Ranger baseball. Rangers have 22 of the last 35 games this year at home, and hopefully that'll be as big an advantage as they have played so far here at home. They're about 19 games over 500 in the friendly confines. Tonight, playing the Cleveland Indians, Tom, a matchup of the two best records in the American League.
It's a matchup, when you look at the two best records, they're almost identical records. The Rangers have a slight advantage. When you look at the numbers, they're very close, but Cleveland probably has a slight advantage. A little bit better average, slightly better ERA, and they've scored a few more runs than the Rangers have. Two evenly matched teams, very tough part of the schedule for the Rangers. The Indians have played great the last couple of months, but as you mentioned, these are 4 games at home. Rangers hope to be able to make up some ground.
Yeah, and they hope to get the offense back on track here in the house. Is in Arlington, and Cole Hamels be on the hill tonight, and he is looking to continue his strong work since the All-Star break. Starting lineups in the first pitch right after this on Fox Sports Southwest. Rangers baseball on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Visit your local Texas Ford dealer today during the final days of the Ford Freedom Sales Event and see why Ford is the best in Texas. By AT&T High-Speed Internet. Get a deal worth talking about. Get high-speed internet from AT&T. And by Southwest Airlines. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. Well, a gorgeous evening here in North Texas. Comfortable temperatures in the low 90s. Rangers happy to be back home, and they're excited to get things underway tonight. Before we start play this evening, let's say hello to Emily Jones.
Well, Buzz, as you well know, they are all important and all 162 games count the same. However, when you return home after a road trip for a 10-game homestand at the end of August, playing 3 teams which you are either chasing or are chasing you very closely, things do tend to get turned up just a notch.
It's playoff baseball in August, really. I mean, albeit they're outside our division, but we need to play well. It'll be a good test for us to get off on in the right direction. Handle the baseball, pitch it well, and hit it well, and then as we move into the next set when it's interdivision, really we need to be kind of on top of our game, playing well, because you can ill afford to lose too many games in those sets. You need to try to win as many as you can.
And that seems to be the feeling resonating throughout the clubhouse, that this team needs to play better baseball. They've got a comfortable lead in that American League West. However, they want to have the best record in the American League to lock up that home field advantage throughout the playoffs. And in order to do that, they need to play better, crisper, and more all-around complete baseball than they've been playing the last couple of weeks. So that is the goal beginning here tonight, Buzz.
All right, Ed, thanks very much. Yeah, Tom's going to tell you now about the Indians batting order tonight that will face Cole Hamels.
Well, the leadoff hitter is Rajai Davis in center field, leads the American League in stolen bases with 33, and he's 35 years old. Jason Kipnis is at second. Francisco Lindor, sixth in the league with a .312 average, is third. Ex-Ranger Mike Napoli having a great year as the cleanup hitter. Carlos Santana is at DH. Jose Ramirez will play third base. He's followed by Brendan Geyer, the left fielder. Lonnie Chisenhall is in right field batting eighth, and batting ninth is the catcher Roberto Perez.
And that's the lineup put forth by Terry Francona, the Tribe skipper, and be facing the 32-year-old southpaw Cole Hamels. Hamels making his 26th start of the year. 13-4 this year with the second best ERA in the American League at 2.8. 159 strikeouts and a .238 opponent's batting average for Cole Hamels. He has not fared well, though, against the Cleveland Indians. In 3 starts against them, he has yet to come away with a W. So looking to turn things around against the Tribe here tonight. Hamels getting set. Rajai Davis steps in. The first pitch of the ball game is high and outside for ball 1. Rajai Davis, 264, that speed that Tom talked about at the top of this Cleveland order. Cleveland with 102 stolen bases as a team this year. And Davis right at the forefront. 1 ball and 1 strike after the foul ball. Davis, 11 home runs, 41 driven in. Indians come in at 72-53. They're 19 games over 500. They're a full game back of the Rangers in the standings. Well, the best record in the American League. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Indians have split their last 10 games. Terry Francona's club kind of hit the skids a little bit. They lost the last 2 out in Oakland in their most recent stop. Offense kind of got shut down out there. They only scored 3 runs total, 1 in each of the 3 games. Got him swinging. Good sharp breaking ball down and in to the cutter. And there is strikeout number 1 for Cole Hamels.
That's pretty good formula for a strikeout. Get ahead with your fastball and then show him a pitch he hasn't seen yet and get him to swing at it. That's pretty much the perfect location to tempt the batter to swing, yet throw it in a place where there's nothing he can do about it.
So Cole Hamels, a strikeout of the only hitter he has faced. Now Jason Kipnis, the left-handed hitting second baseman, having a whale of a year. 20 home runs, 67 RBI, and he has had good success against Cole Hamels. 3 for 6 for the left-handed batter. Kipnis at .285 average. 1 ball and 1 strike. Most recently, though, Kipnis, like many of his Cleveland teammates, he is 1 for 12 with 4 strikeouts. Broken bat looper, and that's going to settle in foul. Now, Kipnis will have to go back and get a new piece of lumber, and he will have a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Well, we have a second. How about looking at the Ranger defense? It's delivered to you tonight by Chicken Express. Well, Carlos Gomez, the newest Ranger, in left field tonight. Ian Desmond in center. Nomar Mazara in right. Moreland, Odor, Andrews, and Beltre from first around to third, with Jonathan Lucroy catching for Cole Hamels this evening. This is the 5th time now that Hamels and Lucroy have worked together. They have been very successful game planning and executing. Odor will throw out his counterpart for out number 2.
Oh, good start for Cole. Throwing strikes and throwing quality strikes. Kipnis is a good hitter, and he jammed him a couple of times in that at bat, including that dribbler to second base.
So with 2 away bases empty, one of the most exciting young players in all of Major League Baseball, Francisco Lindor. Young shortstop hitting at .312. He's a switch hitter. 14 home runs, 64 RBI. He was the runner-up for the Rookie of the Year last year, and a lot of folks thought that he had a better year than Carlos Correa. And Lindor has continued to excel. Had about 3/4 of a year under his belt last year. Takes that pitch just off the inside corner. It is 2-0. Lindor, and this is a common thread for Cleveland Indian hitters. Much worse on the road. 268 as opposed to 357 at home for Lindor. To left field, Gomez in a hurry is going to have to play it on a hop. After a turn, Lindor hangs on with a 2-out single. Well, the first hit of the ball game goes to the Cleveland Indians shortstop.
That's a pitch kind of tailing down in a way that Lindor hits right off the end of the bat. It wasn't hit that hard. It hung up, but it was too shallow and too much toward the line for Carlos to have any chance to catch it. Lindor's a pretty good runner, pretty decent base stealer. Something to think about with Napoli at the plate.
Now, Mike Napoli also having a terrific year. A .259 average. He's the team leader with 29 home runs and 87 RBI. Last time that Napoli matched up with Cole Hamels, hit a first-inning home run off the Ranger southpaw. Hamels trying to make sure that doesn't repeat here tonight. Jonathan Lucroy flashing the signs out. And a little flip on to Odor. Elvis to Urugden for the out. That'll do it. No runs a hit and 1 man left for Cleveland. Half an inning in the books. The Indians nothing. The Rangers coming up. In the first, now the Rangers coming to bat. Tom's going to tell you about the Southwest Airlines Rangers order.
Well, the Rangers are going to have a new leadoff hitter today. That's Nomar Mazara. Gets the opportunity in the first spot. Ian Desmond will bat second. The DH is Carlos Beltran. Adrian Beltre will play third and be the cleanup hitter. Rougned Odor bats fifth, followed by the catcher, Jonathan Lucroy. Mitch Moreland is at first. The newest Ranger, Carlos Gomez, will bat eighth and play left field. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Elvis Andrus.
Well, that lineup trying to get things on the positive side offensively as Nomar Mazara takes strike one. 31-year-old Josh Tomlin, fastball cutter, changeup curveball pitcher, and he has below average velocity, but he knows how to pitch. Throws an awful lot of strikes. Commands the strike zone on both sides of the plate extremely well. Rangers have had success against him in the past, but they've been very aggressive against Tomlin. Can't afford to hit down in the count against him too often. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tomlin, who grew up near Tyler out in East Texas, played his collegiate ball at Texas Tech. Got him swinging. There's that curveball down and in.
Boy, he threw Nomar a couple of good curveballs. Big breaking curveballs, but sharply breaking curveballs. Got him to swing at both of them. He's going for the strikeout right there. He's trying to get him to swing at a bad pitch, and he succeeded.
Roberto Perez, the catcher, doing a good job of blocking that ball and then tossing it down to first for the out. So 1 away. Here's Ian Desmond. Desmond steps in batting at .290. Hit his 21st home run of the year last night. Hits the ball sharply, but right at Lindor. 2 gone. And we'll take a look at the rest of the Cleveland Indian defense behind Josh Tomlin tonight. Outfield of Geyer, Davis, and Chisenhall, left, center, and right. Saw Mike Napoli at first. Jason Kipnis and Francisco Lindor up the middle. Jose Ramirez at third, and Roberto Perez is catching tonight. 2 out, bases empty for Carlos Beltran. Beltran in the midst of an 0 for 24 streak, and that ties the longest hitless streak that he has had in his major league career. Pops this one up, and looks like that's going to establish a new record of futility for him. 0 for 25 as Ramirez makes the play, and the Rangers gone in order. 3 up and 3 down. We played one at Globe Life Park. Rangers and Indians scoreless. Out to the hill, getting set to start the second inning. We'll face Carlos Santana. Umpiring crew tonight, Brian O'Nora behind the plate. Lance Barrett at first. The crew chief, Jeff Kellogg, out at second. John Tumpane is down the line at third. There are your arbiters tonight. Carlos Santana, switch hitting designated hitter, steps in. Santana, a lot this year, has been hitting leadoff for the Cleveland Indians, mostly against right-handed pitching. But Terry Francona talking about getting his propensity to walk right at the top of the order. That's off the end of the bat. And Cole Hamels quickly out in front. No balls and 2 strikes. Now Santana, year in and year out, right at the among the leaders in base on balls, I should say, in the American League. This year he's 4th, coming into play tonight with 68 of them. 0-2 pitch. Elvis laying back for a good hop. That is out number 1. Well, 1 away. Jose Ramirez coming up. But first, we're going to say hello to Jim Knox.
All right, Buzz, great night to be here at the ballpark. The Steele family celebrating what?
3 years.
3-year what?
Anniversary.
Anniversary, of course. Well, happy anniversary. Also a big day. What happened?
I got a nursing school today.
All right, congratulations. What a way to celebrate here watching the Rangers hopefully take in a win tonight, right?
Oh, yeah, I hope so.
There we go.
Go Rangers!
There we go. I appreciate it, guys.
All right, Knoxy. Jose Ramirez, the third baseman for the Tribe up there. He, like his predecessor in the lineup, Carlos Santana, a switch hitter. Having a good year. He gets a line drive, but right at Elvis, who makes the catch.
Ramirez is a good hitter. He's probably one of the least known 300 hitters in the league right now, but he can hit. He's 9th in the league coming into the game with a 307 average. He waited on that off-speed pitch and hit it hard. Fortunately, it was right at Elvis.
And Elvis is always feeling the need to explain himself to Adrian Beltre over there. Adrian probably wondering, oh, why did you look awkward on that? Elvis had to explain to him. Now 2 gone, and Brandon Geyer. Adrian, of course, the keeper of the sense of rapport out there. Shallow right field. Mazzara on the run and makes the catch as he goes into a half slide. A nice play by Mazzara. 3 up and 3 down. Indians out in order. After 1.5, we are scoreless at Globe Life Park. Texas Rangers baseball on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealer. Visit your local Texas Ford dealer today during the final days of the Ford Freedom Sales Event and see why Ford is the best in Texas. bandage put on just below his jaw. Kevin Harmon, the Ranger trainer, come out and tend to him. And he's all set, ready to go. Middle third of the Ranger order to face Josh Tomlin here in the second. Adrian Beltre, Rougned Odor, and Jonathan Lucroy. Beltre, the game-winning double last night. Drove in his 80th run of the year with that 8th inning double to right center field. .288 average. He has enjoyed hitting against Josh Tomlin to a .400 clip. Right down the line. Ramirez, though, able to make the play and fires a strike to Napoli. Beltre retired by his counterpart. That'll bring up Rougned Odor.
Oh, Ramirez, not only a good hitter, he's a very versatile fielder. Confidently throws that ball all the way across the infield. One thing you probably won't see tonight from Josh Tomlin is a walk. Might see one.
Yeah.
That's about what he walks for 9 innings.
See about one a month. Yeah, he has the ability to throw 4 different pitches in the strike zone on demand. He is really something. 1 ball and 1 strike to Odor.
He's really struggled in August. In August, he's started 4 times, lost all 4. And in 3 of the 4 starts, he's given up 6, 7, and 7 runs. 6 in his last start to Toronto. So he's looking to bounce back from 4 bad starts in August. Rangers trying to continue his bad streak. They had a good game against him earlier in the season. He got 9 hits and 8 runs against him. Only 4 were earned, but he hit him around pretty good in Cleveland.
That fastball, some elevation on it, and Odor swings through it. 2-2. I would think every scouting report for the last month has said that if you get 2 strikes on any of the Ranger hitters, go ahead and expand the strike zone up, and you're probably going to get him to swing at it. Odor expanding his to the outside and came up a little short on that.
Again, I think that can be one of the things that happens to a team when they're not scoring as many runs as they'd like to score, is each hitter gets maybe a little bit more anxious and tries to do it in each at bat instead of being patient and making the pitcher come to you with a strike. And that at bat was a pretty good example. Rougned was ahead in the count and then swung at a high fastball that was out of the strike zone, and that last pitch moved way out of the strike zone.
No, base is empty now for Jonathan Lucroy. Lucroy, a .233 hitter with the Rangers. And he has the first base hit of the night for Texas, taking that ball right back through the middle. Lucroy, that good short quick stroke. He is aboard with 2 outs for Mitch Moreland.
Tomlin's not a hard thrower. His fastball is borderline average. Looked like it might have been a little bit of a cut fastball, but right in Jonathan's wheelhouse, high and near the middle of the plate.
Yeah, Tomlin, the kind of guy I think you would say, and rightly so, that he doesn't have a big margin for error because of the velocity that's maybe average at best. But when he's pinpoint, he is very, very tough.
Oh, he started out the season. He won his first 7 decisions. So he was 7-0 with a .225 ERA early in the season. August has kind of brought him back down to earth a little bit. But he still won 11 ball games.
You know, Mitch Moreland has been stinging the baseball for the better part of a month now. .254 average with 21 home runs and 51 RBI. He has had 10 home runs since the All-Star break. The Indians in an extreme overshift against Mitch. Load up the right side of the diamond with 3 infielders. Only Jose Ramirez, the third baseman, and he's shaded almost behind the bag at second. Outfield also playing Mitch slightly around to the right. 0-1 the count. Marlins been on base in 13 of his last 16 ball games. Got a modest 3-game hitting streak going as he comes into play tonight. Now behind in the count, 1-2. Go back to the latter stages of July, just about a month ago. Since the 26th of July, Mitch has hit .342, 8 home runs, 14 RBI in 19 games. I think that qualifies as being hot. Tomlin back to the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mitch, of course, the American League Player of the Week for the last week of July. Now Lucroy at first, and he's going to be driven back by Josh Tomlin. Tomlin does a pretty good job of keeping runners at bay at first. He is fairly quick to the plate, has a variety of moves to make a hitter a little hesitant to jump off that bag too much. Breaking ball in the dirt. Lucroy got a pretty good jump going to second. The throw is high and into center, but it's backed up by Rajai Davis. Lucroy had a very good jump on that ball in the dirt, and Roberto Perez, in an effort to make a quick throw and try and get him, almost cost himself an extra 90 feet. A little stumble there. He was still able to get himself in scoring position. Now the count is 3-2 to Mitch. If Moreland extends his second inning, Carlos Gomez waiting for his first opportunity to swing a bat in the Texas uniform. Now Tomlin picks out a sign, a check of second. Oh, and inside, ball 4. Moreland able to join Lucroy on base.
Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 14, Carlos Gomez.
Chuck Morgan, the inaugural introduction of Carlos Gomez as he strides to the plate. Gomez just completed a 4-game series down at AAA Round Rock. Get himself back into shape. Numbers with the Astros this year: .210 average, 5 home runs, and 29 driven in. Carlos hampered by some leg and back problems. 1 ball, no strikes. Gomez felt like he had it was a breath of fresh air to have that ordeal finished with in Houston. Get another opportunity to revive his career.
Yeah, and I think what might occur here is he can blend into this lineup instead of feeling like he had to carry the other lineup.
That ball is belted. Welcome in Carlos Gomez.
Hello.
Goodbye.
It's hard to imagine that a player could be happier than he is right now. He's happy, as you said, Buzz, to be out of one situation, happy to be in a new one, and with a smile on his face, you can tell how happy he is to be here and to make an impact in his first at bat. That doesn't get much better than that.
No, it doesn't.
That's great.
It does not. Oh my. So Carlos Gomez puts the Rangers on top 3-0. First time he had swung a bat at the major league level in a Ranger uniform. Liftoff.
He took the breaking ball out of the strike zone, got the pitch to hit, and he hit it. Well, Houston has some good players, but most of them are younger. On this team, Carlos doesn't have to feel like the veteran leader on a team. He's got plenty of guys that he probably looks up to, like Beltre and Beltre.
Right.
And he can just blend into this lineup, be himself, and make contributions. And he should be more relaxed here, and hopefully that'll lead to a lot more of that. You know, even for people that may be a detractor of his, the one thing you can't deny about that guy is he plays with enthusiasm. He loves the game.
Yeah.
He's got that kind of energy about him, and that goes a long way too.
Oh, it sure does. And that's the second walk of the inning for Josh Tomlin. That's his month quota of walks.
I think we jinxed him, Buzz.
Well,
said he probably won't walk anybody today. He's walked 18 all season long in 23 starts, so he walks fewer than 1 per start. He's walked 2 in the second inning.
Mickey Callaway out to talk to him. Well, how fast did this ball leave the ballpark? How about 101.9 miles an hour? That's pretty much barreling it up.
Say that for the people that gave him a mild ovation, as if to say, well, welcome here, Carlos. He'll get a little bit different reception the next time up.
Sure. Yeah, instant fan favorite.
Yep.
You do something like that. And believe me, that's not lost on the guys in the dugout either. You want an injection of enthusiasm.
Yep.
That'll do it as quickly as anything.
And you know, he's a guy that's been a Gold Glove outfielder. He's a center fielder. He's playing left field now. Well, he brings a lot to the table.
Pop up down the left field side. 3 Indians in pursuit. And into foul territory goes Brandon Guyer, and he can't hang on to it. It's a foul ball. Guyer getting introduced to the tarpaulin down there.
He went a long way for that ball, but he got there and then kind of made an awkward backhanded stab at the ball. Looked like all he had to do is reach his glove out to catch the ball, but he reached up to catch it as if maybe he misjudged it a little bit, and then had to reach down in a very awkward way, which made it difficult to catch the ball. If he just reached his hand out, probably would have had a much easier time, but maybe he misjudged it. And the other thing is he ran about 50 yards to get there too. And as you're running as fast as you can, your eyes are bouncing up and down. So is the ball. So it makes it a little tougher to track it too.
No, it all boils down to 1 strike on Nomar Mazara. Mazara went down swinging as he opened up the game tonight for the Rangers. Andrus at first. And the pitch low and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Take a look at our Ford leaderboard tonight. Home runs allowed. Josh Tomlin now with 33 given up this year. That's the most in the American League. Jared Weaver 3 behind. Josh Tomlin, well, that's part of the downside of throwing that many strikes, is that unless you throw 98 miles an hour all the time, you're probably going to give up a lot of home runs. But there have been some very successful pitchers that gave up a lot of home runs. You know, Tom, you play with a couple. Bert Blyleven comes to mind.
Fergie Jenkins too.
2 balls and a strike.
I think it's toward not at the beginning of Bert's career, but maybe the second half of Bert's career, he had a season where he gave up, I believe, 50 home runs.
Yeah, you're right, with the Twins.
Yeah.
Now 2-1 to Mazara. Rangers leading 3-0 on the strength of Carlos Gomez. First home run in a Ranger uniform.
Fergie had a game against Kansas City where he gave up 4 solo home runs in 1 game and won the game 5-4.
I'm not surprised. Carlos Gomez on that Ranger bench. Jeff Bannister talking about Gomez today, so that's one of the things that he brings to the ball club, his ability to hit the ball out of the ballpark. Not just a speed guy and not just a defensive outfielder. He has that ability to hit home runs.
Now, the little things that bother some people never bothered me about him. You know, he'll take a swing so hard that his helmet flies off. He might stand and watch a home run a little bit too long sometimes, but again, everything he does is with energy. He runs out every ball. He dives for balls. He plays hard all the time, and that's the overriding factor. That's a pretty good jump right there. I think we could have stolen that base with that kind of jump.
You might have. I couldn't. Not sure.
Well,
run 90
we
feet.
both might have pulled a hamstring about halfway there. It might have affected it.
Oh, Elvis gets a stolen base. Yeah. Roberto Perez probably just as happy that ball was in the dirt. Well, Elvis, his 18th stolen base of the year. Now he's in scoring position. Zara will try to pick him up. The 3-2 pitch is coming from Tomlin. Got him swinging. Second time that breaking ball has gotten Mazzara. That'll do it for the Rangers. But Carlos Gomez with his first Texas home run, a 3-run blast. Rangers get 3 runs on 2 hits and lead 1. After 2, Rangers 3, Indians nothing. The Rangers leading 3-0, and you thought Carlos Gomez was responsible for it? Only partially. The man that has just joined us in the booth, Zed Smith, is partially responsible for that. He's the new Rangers' new good luck charm. He's also the chief operating officer of Cordish Companies, and they're going to be building the Texas Live development that is going to get underway right as soon as the baseball season ends this year. And Zed, thanks very much for coming up. We have a lot of questions asked of us about the development. When's it going to kick off? What's it going to be like? And a lot of excitement going on.
Absolutely. Let me just tell you what it's going to be about and what the project's going to look like. Look, we are very excited to be working with the Rangers here. This is all about their vision and what they want to give back to the fans. We're out of Baltimore. Great baseball town. We understand baseball, but this is the Rangers' opportunity to give something back to the community, and so the project's going to be great. We're going to be starting with 150,000 square feet of entertainment, live performance venue that'll seat 4,000. We'll have a hotel, 300 rooms, as well as meeting space at about 40,000 square feet. But again, this is the Rangers' vision, and we're just complementing that and trying to get them to where they want to be for their fans here.
Now, you mentioned the hotel and all of that. Is it all going to be started and completed as one development, or will it be done piecemeal?
Yeah, we're going to be doing it in phases. The first phase will be the entertainment component, along with the live performance venues. The hotels will come on a little later in the year. We're looking to be breaking ground later this year, and hope to be we will be open in 18 by opening day.
Some of these projects in other cities are open 365 days of a year. Is this the goal of this project as well?
Absolutely. So when the Rangers are away, fans will be able to come down and experience the game in a much larger venue. Again, this is all about the fan experience. We want to make sure it's a family venue, so we want families to be able to come down and experience our venue 365 days a year. Also with that will be entertainment. There'll be live performances. There will always be something to do at Texas Live.
And we had the opportunity, well, they played in St. Louis this year, and I mentioned to you, we were talking earlier about being able to go through there and look at the development after we found out that the same company developed both of them. That is quite a place around Busch Stadium there. It's amazing.
Yeah, we're very proud of what we did in St. Louis, and we were very pleased when we got a call from the Rangers here. Each city's different. Each city has a different culture. The fans are different, and how the team approaches the fan experience. So what we're really looking to do here is hear from the Rangers what they want for their fans and be able to deliver what they want for their fans here.
So do you already know what some of the restaurants are going to be, what the hotel's going to be, or is that still in the process of being determined?
That's still in the process of being determined. What we typically do is do a survey, try to understand the market. We like to bring in some of the best in the market so that we can appeal to locals as well as visitors alike. So it's a broad brush that we start with, but then we begin to fine tune.
Timeline-wise, you talked about it breaking ground this year sometime. Is that accurate after the baseball season?
After the baseball season, absolutely. We want to be at least have a phase of the project open for the start of the season in 2018. So we've got to get it underway. But there'll be multiple phases to this project. Arlington's a great city. I spent a lot of time with the mayor here. He's a great man with a great vision and partnership with the Rangers, and I think at the end of the day the folks here are going to be very proud of what we deliver on behalf of this franchise.
Well, I live in Arlington. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I've been here quite a bit here, and it's been very, very exciting to work with the folks here.
Zed, can you hang on with us for another half inning?
Yes, sir.
We'd appreciate it. Rangers leading 3-0 after 2.5. Welcome back to Globe Life Park. The Rangers coming to bat here in the bottom of the third. We're so happy to be joined by Zed Smith, the COO of Cordish Companies and the developers of the coming Texas Live. And Zed, we were talking about in general the development. What are some of the specifics as far as the venue is concerned? What kinds of things can people look forward to being able to enjoy there?
Well, first and foremost, it's a family-oriented destination. We want to make sure that families are attending. The Rangers is a very family-oriented franchise, as well, just baseball in general. So we want to be able to make that connection with this venue. So you're going to have great great restaurants. They're going to be great live performance, just performance for kids and families. We try to integrate, just be a part of the community. So whatever the community is really requiring out of a project like this, of a mixed-use development, we want to be a big part of the community. So we pride ourselves on engaging the communities as we develop these projects, because that's what we're doing it for.
Now we're seeing a rendering of right across from Globe Life Park as it sits now, and you see Globe Life Park, where it's situated, kind of southeast of the ballpark itself. But you see some retail shops in there, some restaurants.
Yeah. To the far right there, the lower structure would be the retail and the entertainment. That we would call that Texas Live. The hotel would be there in the middle, and then the live conference space would be to the far left of that rendering.
And one more.
Yeah, again, to the right here, you see the hotel, and you can see at the far left bottom corner, that would be an inside shot of the entertainment district.
Yeah, Carlos Beltre tapping out just in time. Jose Ramirez able to toss him out, and that is out number 2, and Adrian Beltre now will come up. Well, as I said, we get questions all the time about it, because people are just now starting to understand what is coming. They're starting to get glimpses of it, and the excitement continues to grow.
Yeah.
What is the timeline now for having it open so that people will be able to enjoy most of it?
Yeah, I think the main phase, I guess, the 150,000 square feet of entertainment, that'll be starting opening day 2018.
Okay.
We anticipate the other phases coming on a little later in 18. I will say that this whole notion of sports anchored developments is really starting to move throughout the country. They bring so much to a brand, so much to the fan experience. What we envision for this project is one that allows the fan to be more connected to the sport. And then not just baseball, so they'll be able to come for all kinds of sports, World Cup, whatever the sporting event in the world for that matter. They'll be able to come and be entertained and experience it a little closer up,
Well, Zed, I sure appreciate you coming on and letting us know what's going to take place, and we have a lot to look forward to, and hopefully we can keep in touch with you and have you come on again as we get going with the development in anticipation of it coming open.
I'd be happy to stop by and bring you up to speed on where we are. All right, nice meeting you.
Thanks very much.
Take care, gentlemen.
All right, we'll go to the 4th inning at Globe Live with the Rangers leading 3-0. Fireworks show tomorrow night. It's presented by Takis. And head on out to Globe Life Park, see the second game of this Ranger Indian series. Then stick around to enjoy the post-game fireworks show set to John Williams' iconic score from Star Wars. Get your tickets at TexasRangers.com, or you can call 972-RANGERS.
I just got a text message from Bill Ziegler,
Uh-huh.
our old trainer.
Yep.
He said, all I could think of watching the renderings of that beautiful area was our clubhouse when we first got here out in center field at the old stadium. It's pretty amazing when this is done how far we will have come from 1972. But our clubhouse was luxurious compared to Tiger Stadium and Comiskey Park and Fenway Park.
Yep. It's 5 times the size.
Yeah.
Even though it's only 500 square feet, it was still 5 times the size.
Fortunately, the players can still go to Fenway and they can still go to Wrigley Field, so that when old people like us say, you should have seen what the clubhouses used to look like, they can.
Yeah.
They do. They know. They see the difference.
Pop foul by Kipnis, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, and really that's the only way we can prove to them we haven't lost it entirely. We're not senile yet.
Yeah.
Kipnis to be followed by Lindor and Napoli here in the 4th inning. Rangers leading 3-0. Cole Hamels has retired the last 7 that he's faced. Kipnis had a ground ball to second in the 1st inning. Did he go around? Yes, he did. He appealed down to John Tumpane at 3rd, and Cole Hamels has his 4th strikeout of the night.
Kipnis definitely doesn't think that he went. Tough to tell from our vantage point. Let's see. Yeah, I'm afraid you did, Jason. Didn't feel like it, but it looked like it.
The 1 gone. Here is Lindor, who has the only hit for the Indians tonight. A solid base hit to left field his first time. Lindor, a .313 hitter. One and one. Well, Cole Hamels again turning in a very good start since the second half. Our Kubota power stats for Cole since July 17th, that 1.85 ERA that he is toting, 4th in the American League. 50 strikeouts are 4th in that span. Lindor taken care of by his counterpart, Elvis Andrus.
That's the second exact ball that was hit like that. Jose Ramirez hit almost the same ball, and I'll bet you it was almost the same exit velocity.
So 2 up, 2 away. Mike Napoli stepping in. Before we tell you about Nap, we're going to send it back to Dana Larson for a Chevy game break. All right, Dana, thank you. Ranger fans who saw Mikey Matuk over the last weekend down in Tampa Bay. Hits the balls hard, but he just wasn't hitting in very good luck, to the tune of about 0 for 9 in that series, and he had gotten it up to 0 for 27, I think it was. Well, Mike Napoli down on the count, 0-2. Knapp grounded into a fielder's choice in the 1st. Hamels back to the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, Cole looks like not only does he have good command of the fastball tonight, he's got that cutter and curveball working at the same time. Pretty formidable 1-2-3. 2-2. Napoli 29 home runs this year. He has been as solid a middle of the order hitter as you can imagine for the Cleveland Indians. Knapp 6th in the American League with his 87 runs driven in. And the 29 home runs, good for 10th. Now the 2-2. Got him swinging. Good breaking ball. Napoli strikes out. 2 more strikeouts in the 4th inning. 5 for the night. 3.5 innings in the books. The Rangers leading 3-0, and Rougned Odor will lead off the Ranger 4th when we come back. to lead off the 4th inning, and we'll give you some of our analytics updates, the comparison between Rougned Odor and, oddly enough, Mike Napoli, and they're pretty close.
Yeah, it's kind of fun to look at things like this. In this particular ball game, we have the batter in the major leagues who sees the most pitches. Mike Napoli sees, on average, 4.6 pitches per plate appearance. We also have the batter who sees the least, and he just missed a double down the right field line. Rougned Odor sees fewer pitches per plate appearance. He sees 3.38. So what does that add up to? Well, Rougned, even seeing fewer pitches, has a better batting average. Napoli's a bigger home run hitter, driven in more runs. You would expect that Nap had a lot more walks than Rugi. Rugi's only walked 12 times. Because of the walks, Nap's on base percentage is much better. I think one thing it shows about Rugi, when you look, Buzz, at all the pitches he swings at, where they are in relation to the strike zone, it shows the incredible hand-eye coordination that he has, that he can still be hitting close to 280 and swinging at so many pitches out of the strike zone. In fact, even with the big difference in pitches per plate appearance, I think you would expect the difference offensively to be much different. Napoli has struck out almost 50 times more than Rugi, a guy who swings at pitches way more out of the strike zone than Napoli does. So I think it does show that Rugi is able to handle those pitches out of the strike zone pretty well. And, you know, you could say, well, it'd be a lot better if he walked more than 12 times and had a higher on-base percentage. You know, players aren't perfect. They have ways that you can look at them that you'd like to see improvement. But when you add up the overall picture, you're pretty happy with the production you get from Rugi, even though he doesn't see a lot of pitches. In Napoli's case, there's times where he has trouble making contact, but he makes the pitcher work over the course of a season. That's probably 500 or 600 more pitches that Napoli has seen, and over the course of a game, maybe the difference would be 7 or 8 pitches extra that a pitcher would have to throw. So it's kind of fun to look at things like that. In one game, you've got the guy that sees the most pitches and the guys that sees the least.
Yeah, and you'd have to say Napoli, the guys around Napoli, I think, benefit from Mike's at-bats because of the number of pitches he sees. So they get a better idea of what the opposing pitcher's doing and get him a little more tired in that particular inning that Napoli comes up.
Yeah, that can happen.
But, you know, again, if you say, well, Rougned should stop swinging at so many pitches, he may not be the same kind of hitter if he tries to do that.
Yeah, the one thing you can look to, and it's tough to just take one example and say that's going to be the thing that every player lives up to, but if you look at Jose Altuve is a great player, but he was a guy up until this year that saw about the same amount of pitches, and this year he's added patience to his game to the point where his walk totals are significantly higher than they've ever been, and it's helped him possibly have a higher batting average, definitely a higher on base percentage. So it doesn't mean that what you are at age 22 is what you will always be.
Right.
But I don't think you're ever going to turn into a player, a batter who walks 80 or 90 times, anything like that. But if he can go from, you know, he's on pace to walk about 15 or 16 times this year. If he can increase that to 30 or 35 over the next couple of years and eventually up to 45 or so, that'd be a very good improvement.
Sure. Yeah, and then you wouldn't worry too much about taking away from his natural abilities, which are to hit the ball hard, and he does that a lot.
You know, we've talked about a lot of players. You talk about Vladimir Guerrero, Juan Gonzalez, are both guys that didn't walk very much. Vladdy swung at pitches probably more out of the strike zone than Rougned and Adrian put together, and still put up a potential Hall of Fame career.
A little looper out to short, and Lucroy is retired for out number 2.
First baseman.
Great to be back at Globe Life Park, and beautiful skies overhead. Weather's supposed to be pretty good for the majority of this 10-game homestand. Let's hope that it holds out. Comfortable evening here tonight. The temperature at 90 degrees as we play in the 4th inning. Mitch Moreland stepping in, having walked his first time up. Mitch came in to score on Carlos Gomez. 3-run home run. Infield and outfield around to the right for Moreland. Good look from our high home camera about the defensive placements of the Indian players. Josh Tomlin out of Whitehorse, Texas. 1-1 pitch. 2-1. Now, we talked about Tomlin, and Mitch worked him for the walk. The first of 2 walks, as a matter of fact, in that second inning. Tomlin averaging 1.15 walks per 9 innings. Gave him the change of pace, and it's 2-2. Three and 2. So Moreland trying to reach base for his second straight time. If he extends this inning, the aforementioned Carlos Gomez is next. In the air to left field. Geyer toward the line. Has time to get there, and that'll do it. No, that is 7 straight now sent down by Josh Tomlin after the Gomez home run. We have played 4. Rangers leading the Indians 3-0. To the ballpark, the first 15,000 fans coming out this Saturday will receive an Elvis Landrews Calrissian Star Wars bobblehead. That's courtesy of Takis. You don't have to smuggle your way across the galaxy in order to pick up one of the coolest bobbleheads of the year. Purchase your tickets today at TexasRangers.com and see the Indians take on the Rangers on Saturday and take home this special collectible. Top of the 5th inning. Carlos Santana leading things off as Cole Hamels drops in a breaking ball for strike 1. Santana grounded out to short in the 2nd inning. Cole Hamels has retired 10 straight Indians. Only hit he gave up a first inning single by Lindor. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hamels working quickly, and that's out of play. Well, we mentioned Cole Hamels in a pretty good groove of late. You remember the last time he was out in Tampa Bay, worked 7 1/3, worked into the 8th inning, gave up only 3 hits. He had held the Rays hitless for 5 1/3 in that ball game. He's in one of those streaks where making a lot of quality pitches and not giving up many base hits. Only 4 now in his last 12+ innings. Now the 1-2. That will even things up. Mentioned Cole had not won against the Cleveland Indians in his career. He's 0-2 with a rather voluminous 7.41 ERA. This is his 4th career start. Slowly tapped to Beltre. One gone. And Jose Ramirez coming up. We're going to send it down to Emily Jones.
Well, if you haven't made plans for Labor Day Sunday, we've got just the activity for you and the family as the Texas Rangers Baseball Foundation and Medical Center Arlington put on the 5th, or I don't know what annual it is. They've been doing it for a few years, but it's September 4th. It is the 5th annual. I should have gone with my gut. Labor Day weekend race, a scenic 5K course that finishes here on the field, or you can, and the family can enjoy a 1K route that is a little more manageable for the little ones. When in doubt, always go with your instincts. September 5th, it is the 5th annual race. You can get more tickets or get more information or sign up at texasrangers.com/race to sign up, guys.
Em, as credible as you are, you could have gone with 50th and I would have believed it.
Yeah, I would have too.
I appreciate that, you guys.
Sure. Good job. Jose Ramirez in a line drive to Elvis his first time up. Finds himself down in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cole Hamels doing a great job of getting ahead of hitters and really pounding it in.
36 out of 51 pitches are strikes.
He is just not letting up. Shallow center. Odor going back and calling for and making the catch. 2 gone. Not a lot of hard hit balls tonight either. He had a couple of line drives to short. The single by Lindor pretty well hit, and that's been about it.
We talked about Cole's performance since the All-Star break, 4-2 with a 185 earned run average. He was right on line, pitching the same way he's pitched in his last 7 starts tonight. Maybe even a little bit better so far.
Brandon Guyer takes the breaking ball for strikes.
For strikes.
Yeah.
And when he's got them with 2 strikes, he's been able to throw pitches out of the strike zone and get them to swing at it anyway.
You and I were talking about last night, Tom, in Cincinnati about the ability of Yu Darvish being able to throw the breaking ball for strike 1 and how disarming that is to a hitter. You know what else he's got available, and to have him throw his 3rd or 4th best pitch in for strike 1, say, oh shoot, now I'm in trouble.
Well, Guyer was acquired from Tampa Bay, and I'd have to say mainly because of his ability to hit left-handed pitching, and he's done that very well this year. Hit .350 against lefties.
Up the middle, backhanded by Odor. He spins, throws, he got it.
Wow.
What a play by Rougned Odor. You will not see a better defensive gem than that one.
Guyer runs pretty well too.
Halfway through the ball game, some leather magic, some bat magic. The Rangers leading 3-0. Rangers baseball on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. And by the all-new 3-row Mazda CX-9, meticulously crafted for driving because driving matters. Carlos Gomez trying to go from one extreme to the other and didn't quite get the bunt down where he wanted to.
Well, he's got good speed, and leading off an inning is a pretty good idea.
Yep.
One of those rare players, power and speed. Jurickson's having a good time.
Yeah. No, one out here in the Ranger 5th inning. Now the number 9 man, Elvis Andrus. Elvis had a walk and a stolen base back in the 2nd inning. Elvis a 286 hitter, or 296 hitter, excuse me. 1-1. Talked before the open. Our DXU Energy power player to watch would be Elvis Andrus. Career against the Indians. How about a 373 lifetime average? That's the highest against any opponent. Hits in 51 of his 53 games. 1 ball and 2 strikes to him. Elvis going back over the years as the 2nd best average of anybody against the Cleveland Indians. Nomar Garciaparra at 374 is just a little bit better. After the foul ball, Elvis wandering around, now back in that batter's box. Tomlin, meanwhile, staying right on top of the pitching mound. Still 1-2. Elvis had a great road trip. Went 6 for 16 in the 5 games of the trip. It's a 375 average. Brings in a 6-game hitting streak tonight. It's gone 9 for 20. And that's going to find its way into center field. And what else is new against the Indians? Elvis squibber up the middle for a base hit. Let's make that a 7-game hitting streak.
Tomlin got the ball in on him a little bit, jammed him. Throughout the course of this season, I think Elvis has hit a lot more line drives that have been caught than little bloopers that have fallen in. So he doesn't have to be ashamed of that one. Not that he would be, but.
No, Elvis, who did swipe second base the first time he got on. Over there at first with 1 out. Top of the order, Nomar Mazara. Takes ball 1. Mazara has struck out both times that he's faced Tomlin tonight. That slow breaking ball has been the bane of Nomar's plate appearances so far. He has seen that almost time and time again. Can't lay off it and can't make contact with it. Tomlin able to throw it just out of his reach in the dirt. Mazara currently hitting at 279. Tomlin set for the 1-0 pitch. 1-1. Indians don't shift quite as much on Mazara as we've seen some teams. They had the third baseman Ramirez about 30 feet off the line, but Lindor only a couple of steps toward the bag, with Kipnis about straight away at second. Good overhead look at the defensive alignment. Outfield, as you can see, pretty much straight away. A ball and a strike. Now 2-1. Well, we'll see if Jeff Bannister uses the traditional running count to get Elvis going. 2-1 with 1 out. The idea being that pitcher's probably going to want to try and throw a strike. Hitter might have an opportunity to maneuver the ball around. Tomlin working from that extreme first base side of the pitching rubber. Up the middle, and that is into center field, a base hit. Elvis going around second, and he will motor into third. And the Rangers, with 1 out, have runners at the corners for Ian Desmond.
Well, Nomar overcame the first 2 strikeouts and had a good at bat right there. Got a pitch that he could put the bat on and hit it sharply right up the middle. Elvis never hesitated. He was going to challenge Rajai Davis. He rounded second base right in front of Davis and kept right on going. Here's Elvis. The ball's right in front of him, and he just kept on going. Davis made the smart throw. Keep the double play in there. Made into second instead of throwing it to third, where he probably had very little chance of getting Elvis.
Now that's something you'd go over in the pregame meetings, right? About the defense, about being able to take the extra base.
Yeah. Yep. And against Oakland, there's a couple of opportunities to do that in the outfield, and we saw the Rangers in that series do it several times. Yeah, that's something that's well covered before you ever set foot on the field.
Fly ball to right, that's hit pretty well. Chisenhall going back, reaches up, it's out of his glove. Andrus will score. Mazzara around to third. The Rangers lead it 4-0. As Ian Desmond almost had it out of the reach of Chisenhall.
It looked like it was going over his head. Then right at the end, you go, man, he's going to get to that ball, which he did, but he couldn't make it stick in his glove, and it goes as an RBI single. Nice try by Chisenhall, right in the tip of his glove, but it just didn't stay for him.
No, Ian Desmond with the RBI base hit. Chisenhall had the eject button pop out there. So a 4-0 Ranger lead. Mickey Callaway, again, the pitching coach for the Indians, out to talk to the entire infield along with the battery. Desmond drives in his 76th run of the year. And it brings up Carlos Beltre. Be a good time for Carlos to break that long over. And Otero, right-hander, loosening in that Cleveland bullpen. Beltran tonight 0 for 2, and he's now 0 for 26. Chance here to not only snap out of that drought, but also get the Rangers on the board again. Carlos tonight is fouled out to third and grounded out to third. Ball 1. Beltran probably would have had 3 or 4 hits in the last couple of games had it not been for Billy Hamilton playing in center field.
Well, the good thing in this at bat, with 1 out, if he hits one and someone makes a great catch, at least he'll get an RBI and no at bat.
Yeah, that's true. 1-0 pitch. Hamilton was just all over center field at Great American Ballpark.
I'm glad we got a chance to watch that, because you don't see the National League very much except in the highlights after the games. So to see him for a couple of days in person gives you a pretty good idea what kind of player he is. That was fun to watch.
Bat, and that netting, the extra netting that the Rangers installed prior to the season, came into play there.
Boy, the problem with that was it almost came back.
Yeah.
Glad Larry didn't get hit in the back with that one. Carlos was fooled a little bit by that pitch. Here comes the bat, but damage was avoided because of that net, which has played a huge role in the safety of our fans.
Sure has.
And when you see the parks that don't have that, you just say to yourself, what are they thinking? There was a little bit of worry early before it ever went up that the fans sitting there, some of the fans voiced displeasure because they didn't want to look through the screen. But once you've watched a couple of games, you don't even notice that. The screen's been behind home plate for years, and those are some of the most desirable seats in the game. I think once everybody got used to it, they said, boy, what a great idea to put this up.
A ball and 2 strikes. That evens the count. Carlos Beltran, 39-year-old, 19-year veteran. His hot zone pretty much in the middle of the plate. Up, down, doesn't matter to him. And down and in from the left side. He's got Mazzara at third, Desmond at first. 1 out here in the 5th inning. Carlos with 24 home runs, combining the Yankees and Rangers totals this year. 2 as a Ranger. Tomlin, a long look into Perez. Now the right-hander is ready. We'll reset and try it again. Carlos Beltran, a fantastic career. He is 6th among active players with 416 home runs. That's 51st all time. It's also 4th all time against switch hitters. Mickey Mantle, Eddie Murray, and Chipper Jones, the only switch hitters that have more home runs. Napoli picks it off. A high throw goes into left field. Mazzara scores. Desmond continues on to third. It is 5-0 Texas. And still just 1 out.
Yeah, that's an unusual play for Knapp. Knapp's very steady at first base for a former catcher. He handles himself well over there, usually with an accurate arm. He's got a little out of whack balance-wise on that one and launched it into left field. The Rangers keep their inning going. He had his feet tangled up a little bit.
But Desmond goes to second and then to third on the error charged to Napoli. A fielder's choice allows Beltran to get aboard with the RBI. So Carlos drives in his 73rd of the year. Rangers leading 5-0. And here's Beltre. Pop foul back toward us. 0-1. Adrian twice tonight has grounded to his counterpart Jose Ramirez at third base. Continued action in that Indians bullpen. Dan Otero ready if summoned. 0-1 to Adrian. Nothing in 2. Beltre snapped an 0 for 10 drought that he was in with that go-ahead double last night. Still had a great road trip. Went 7 for 20, the 350 mark. One and 2. Beltre, as he always has, heating up once it turns August. Last 16 ball games for Beltre has hit 387. 329 for the entire month with 15 runs driven in. Tomlin set for the 1-2 pitch. That ball's ripped to left field. Up the alley to the bullpen. Goodbye. Adrian Beltre with his 22nd home run of the year. The Rangers lead it 8-0.
nice to be home. Guys like swinging the bats in this ballpark.
Adrian Beltre getting the helmet off head pat treatment. Get that pitch up. One of the best high ball hitters in baseball, and he goes yard with his 22nd of the year, and that's going to drive Josh Tomlin from the game. So the Rangers have scored 5 more times here in the 5th inning. Adrian Beltre capping that off against Tomlin. Pitching change underway here at Globe Live Park. Rangers on top 8-0. We're back right after this. Well, Rangers knocked Josh Tomlin out of the ball game, and now Dan Otero, the 31-year-old reliever, comes in to take his place, and, facing Rougned Odor. The Rangers with 5 runs across here in the 5th inning. Otero appearing for his 47th game, or 47th time this year. 3-1 with a 1.39 ERA for the Tribe. Opponents hitting just .220 against him. And Odor soft tampered down to first, and Napoli boots it, and it comes back toward the plate. It's a fair ball, and Mike Napoli has committed his 2nd error of the inning.
And Knapp had the right idea. He knew if he could catch that ball while it was fair, he had a great chance to get it out, and it looked like it was going to hook and go foul before it got to the bag. So he charged it, tried to catch it and keep it fair, and he did that. But he missed the ball, and we'll be safe.
Well, Napoli with his 2nd error of the inning. Odor aboard, still just 1 out. Jonathan Lucroy, who has singled and scored and popped out 1 for 2 tonight. Otero pumps in strike 1. That little one got Adrian Beltre's home run ball.
All right.
Somebody in the bullpen tossed that up to him. Nice going.
Awesome. Thanks, Andy.
Adrian Beltre with his 435th career home run. He's now 45th on the all-time list. He and Miguel Cabrera are playing tag with that spot. Cabrera has 1 ahead of Beltre at the moment. One ball and 1 strike to Lucroy. 1-2. Lucroy snapped a string of 5 consecutive Rangers retired by Josh Tomlin. 2-out single in the 2nd, and that started the process going. It was followed by a walk to Mitch Moreland, then Carlos Gomez 3-run home run. slowly hit up the middle. The second, they get one back to first in time for the double play. Handily turned. Jason Kipnis backing away from Odor. Shades of Jose Bautista.
That's
Having a
funny.
good laugh about that. Well, the Rangers put 5 on the board. We have finished 5 at Globe Life Park. Adrian Beltre capping it off. 8-0 Rangers after 5. Texas Rangers baseball on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by the all-new 3-row Mazda CX-9. Meticulously crafted for driving because driving matters. Cole Hamels now with an 8-run advantage to work with. Facing Lonnie Chisenhall to start off the 6th inning. Chisenhall, Perez, and Davis. 1-1. 13 straight now retired by Cole Hamels. He has not allowed a base runner since the 2-out single in the 1st inning by Francisco Lindor. Hamels with 5 strikeouts. Two and 1. Chisenhall, one of those 5 strikeouts as he went down swinging starting the 3rd inning. Little pop-up out behind second. Elvis taking charge. Rougned Odor defers to his elder for out number 1. And before Roberto Perez steps in, we're going to send back to Dana Larson for Chevy game break.
Roberto Perez.
All right, Dana, thank you. Pujols all of a sudden has gotten on an RBI tear, hasn't he?
Yeah, right when you thought his career was tailing off, here he goes again.
Somebody must have asked him about that if he was thinking about hanging him up.
I'll show you. I have to admit that thought went through my mind a couple of times over the last couple of years, especially with his injuries.
Toronto, one of the hottest teams in the American League, and the Angels taking care of them. Well, that's become a tight 3-team race in the AL East. You get Toronto and Boston, Baltimore.
And they're all losing tonight.
No balls, 2 strikes to Roberto Perez, who struck out his first time. Just got a piece of that. Perez had to have some thumb surgery earlier in the year. Messed up a ligament, and he was out for better part of 2.5 months, just getting back into play. Calls strike 3.
Oh, he's making some good pitches. Tough pitches to hit, too.
6 strikeouts for Hamels.
Like a backdoor slider or cutter right on the corner. Nice pitch.
Great to watch Jonathan Lucroy catch. You talk about framing pitches, and you know that's kind of a nebulous term sometimes, but you watch Lucroy catch a pitch on the corner, his glove never moves. He just catches the ball and it stays right there. And that's what framing is. It's not that it is pulling a ball in from outside the strike zone. It's taking a strike and making sure the umpire knows that my glove never moved, so it must be a strike. 2-0 pitch to Rajai Davis. 2-1.
65 pitches, 66 now. Great total for this part of the ball game, and only 19 balls.
That may be one of the more defensive swings you're going to see Rajai Davis have. He's pretty much a let it go type of swinger.
He's pretty much throwing the ball where he wants to right now.
Yep.
Look at that strike zone, and about every part of the edge of the strike zone has a ball in it, and nothing in the middle of it or close to the middle of it.
2-2. Call strike 3.
That's right on the corner.
Back-to-back called third strikes. Another 1-2-3 inning. That is 16 straight sent down by Hamels. After 5.5, Rangers by 8. It's time now for our Sonic Slam Inning, brought to you by Sonic. Tonight's jackpot is worth $500 and dinner for 2 at Sonic Drive-In. If a Ranger hits a home run during this inning, Penny Hill from Forest Hill will win $500. And if a Ranger hits a grand slam this inning, Penny is going to win $25,000. You can register at any participating Sonic restaurant. Mitch Moreland will lead things off. Carlos Gomez and Elvis Andrews will follow, and it's against a new pitcher. Dan Otero only worked 2/3 inning. Mike Clevenger, 25-year-old right-hander out of Jacksonville, Florida, is on now. Clevenger making his major league debut this year. He is appearing in his 10th game. 5 of the games before have been starts. He's 2-1 with a .579. Abraham Almonte enters the ball game, taking over in right field for Lonnie Chisenhall. Well, here's Mitch. Moreland has walked and flied to left field. That will be out of play down the left side. Moreland walked ahead of Carlos Gomez 3-run home run in the second inning. Mitch now at .253 average. 0-2. Facing Mike Clevenger. Clevenger acquired from the Angels in the deal that sent Vinny Pastano out to Anaheim. That was 2 years ago. And Mitch down on strikes. That pitch really tailing away. Clevenger gets the strikeout, 1 gone.
I guess so. That had significant tailing action. Change up that just kept on going away.
A 1 gone Carlos Gomez, who made the most of his opportunity at a first impression in a 3-run home run. And our AT&T high-speed internet replay will take you back to the second inning. The first swing, and Carlos Gomez in a Ranger uniform. Halfway back into the bleachers in left field. One ball and 1 strike. Well, Carlos, who had 5 home runs with the Astros, gets things underway pretty nicely in his Ranger career. He hit that one 750 feet. It was 150 feet foul. And if you're sitting up there and you brought your glove, you're paying a lot of attention to Tom Grieve.
You're an optimist if you did that.
Still a ball and 2 strikes. Now, Carlos Gomez, who began his major league career with the Mets back in 2007, appeared in 58 ball games in New York, then went over to Minnesota, played 2008 and 2009, became a mainstay for the Twins out in center field. Then moved on to Milwaukee. Had his best years for the Brewers. Hit .284 in back-to-back years, 2013 and 2014. Hit 24 home runs and then 23 home runs to back it up. The 2-2 pitch. Full count. And we talk about this power and speed combination. He's had as many as 40 stolen bases at the big league level. He was at A-ball in 2005. He stole 64 bases. Full count. Clevenger back to him. Calls strike 3. And Clevenger got the call on the outside corner. That is out number 2.
The shortstop, Elvis Andrus.
That was an absolutely perfect pitch.
Yep.
Down and away, just touching the strike zone.
No argument from Carlos as
No.
he took a peek at that when he walked back to the dugout.
Tip your hat to the pitcher on that one.
No, back-to-back strikeouts. 2 away for Elvis. Andrus has walked and singled. Elvis scored a run in the 5th inning. And he lofts that foul ball back into the seats. Getting high fives for using his head, taking the hat off his head and using that to catch the ball.
That's not a glove, but it worked. It's in there. I did it.
Clevenger, pretty good assortment of pitches, different speeds and movements, and he has been pinpoint the first 3 hitters we've seen. And Elvis caught admiring that 3rd strike. And that'll do it. So Clevenger comes in and strikes out all three Rangers he's faced. Moreland, Gomez, and Andrews. We're going on to the 7th inning with the Rangers leading the Indians 8-0 on Fox Sports Southwest. Game summary tonight. It all got started with a new guy. How about Carlos Gomez? A 3-run bomb in the 2nd inning got the Rangers going. Ian Desmond drove one to right out of the glove of Chisenhall for the RBI single. And then Adrian Beltre capped off a 5-run inning with his 22nd home run of the year into the Indians bullpen. Adrian Beltre, career home run number 435. And it is 8-0 as Cole Hamels takes the hill to begin the 7th inning. Jason Kipnis starting things off. Brian O'Nora's got that right hand working tonight. He is ringing up the strikes.
You know, the thing is, they're not balls that are blatantly out of the strike zone. They're all touching the corners. He's calling a strike a strike. I mean, that is a strike. It's a tough pitch to hit, but he's calling a strike a strike.
Line to center, but right at Ian Desmond. Kipnis a hard out, number 1.
Shortstop Francisco Lindor.
Folks, you can wrap up Star Wars weekend at the ballpark this Sunday. Rangers play the Indians. It's a 2:05 game. And the first 15,000 fans will take home a Texas Rangers Star Wars poster. That's compliments of Takis. Purchase your tickets at TexasRangers.com, and may the force be with you. Francisco Lindor, who has the only hit of the night off of Cole Hamels. That was a first inning single.
Yeah, 1 base runner out is it.
17 straight sent down by Hamels. And ahead of the count to Lindor. No balls, 2 strikes. How about this? 74 pitches tonight, with 1 out in the 7th inning. 55 strikes, 19 balls.
Man.
You might not be able to do that well with no hitter up there. I'm not sure.
Yeah, warming up for the game.
Yeah. Lindor gets just a piece of that to stay alive. Lindor, other than the first inning single, line to Elvis Andrus his last time up. Hamels to the wind. And a foul ball. Well, this is the first game of this important 4-game series, but a very important 10-game homestand. Continues tomorrow night. Martin Perez and Corey Kluber. Kluber, the former Cy Young Award winner, having a good year at 13-8. Martin Perez at 8-9. Slowly hit. Hamels out racing Lindor. Nice feed from Mitch Moreland for out number 2. Nice play by Moreland and Hamilton. Folks, Fox Sports Southwest and 105.3 The Fan present $10 tickets in the Lexus Club Terrace and the upper level seating sections for Monday through Wednesday. Plus, you can take 20% off Rangers red merchandise at Globe Life Park retail stores through Wednesday. Pack the park and wear your red as the Rangers battle the Seattle Mariners to defend first place in the AL West. Tickets are available at TexasRangers.com using the online coupon code REDOUT. A lot of red here tonight. Mike Napoli fouling that first pitch off. Tough play because it was slowly hit. Lindor runs well, and Hamels didn't have time to catch the ball and then find the bag. He had to know where that bag was, and he could catch the ball and be right there to put his foot down on it. 0-2 to Mike Napoli. Napa strikeout, fielder's choice. 0 for 2 tonight. Cole into the wind. 1 ball and 2 strikes. What a great night to pitch. Very comfortable evening. Napoli gets jammed and fights it off foul. Temperature in the mid-80s now as we play here in the 7th inning. Enough of a breeze drifting in from left center field to move the air around. Not a lot of humidity and a comfortable night for the fans. And for Rangers captain. Two and 2 to Napoli. Cole Hamels hopefully on his way to snapping an offer against the Tribe. He'd been 0 for 2 in 3 career starts against them. He is spinning a dandy here tonight. Napoli pokes it foul.
Well, the Indians played 3 games in Oakland before they got here. They scored 1 run in each game. They actually won one of the games. They won a game 1-0. They had a solo home run for each run. They haven't gotten a run yet in this game, so they've only scored 3 runs on this road trip, and this is their 4th game.
3 and 2 to Napoli. Yeah, that's hard to do, is go through 3 games like that and have a solo home run in each game for all your runs.
That was it.
Probably not going to win a whole lot doing that.
No, they have to feel pretty fortunate to win 1 out of 3 doing that.
Now the 3-2 pitch from Hamels. Softly to right field. That chases Mazzara back a little bit. Not an easy play. And that is 19 straight now, set down by Cole Hamels. Indians gone. Will take the stretch at Globe Life Park. Rangers leading the Tribe 8-0 on Fox Sports Southwest. A look at tonight's greater coverage of baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile. But David Ortiz, and what he says is his last year in Major League Baseball, and his 30th home run last night for the Red Sox and his 100th RBI. Only player with 30 home runs and 100 RBI in each of the last 4 years. Now with 533 career home runs, Big Papi is 19th all-time. Albert Pujols, meanwhile, going up the list of a lot of all-time bests. 584th career home run last night. 10th all by himself on the all-time list. Happy crowd on hand here tonight. Ranger fans a lot to cheer for. Top of the order in the 7th inning to face Mike Clevenger. Mazara, Desmond, and Beltre. Clevenger came on and struck out Moreland, Gomez, and Andrews in order in the 6th inning. He's back out there with 3 strikeouts under his belt. Nomar Mazara 1 for 3 tonight. Some defensive changes. Chris Jimenez, good friend over there at first base now. Michael Martinez has taken over at second for the Tribe. 1-1 pitch. 2 balls and a strike. Now Clevenger into the abbreviated windup. This is high and away, and it's 3-1. Well, Mazara trying to get aboard to start the Rangers 7th. Ian Desmond will follow. Now the 3-1. Lost him. Well, Mazara has a leadoff walk. 1 on, nobody out. Desmond comes to the plate before Ian steps in. We're going to send it over to Dana Larson for a Chevy game break. All right, Dana, thank you. Ian Desmond, an RBI single in 3 trips. Looking at the American League West, as of this moment, Rangers with a 6.5 game lead over Seattle, 8 over Houston. Oakland and the Angels holding up the rest of the division.
Seattle's got a big lead, fairly big lead in Chicago right now.
Now the Rangers had pretty much a stranglehold on first base. They have had sole possession of the top spot for 83 consecutive days. To center field, Rajai Davis coming on and makes the catch. Going to throw back behind Mazara, but not nearly in time. Desmond, a soft liner to center for out number 1, and Carlos Beltre coming up. Now the Rangers 83 straight days and 87 of the last 88 days. And they had sole possession of first place. Beltre trying to snap that career high hitless streak. That's not going to do it. As Brandon Guyer comes on to make the catch. And Carlos Beltre now 0 for 4 tonight. 2 gone for Adrian Beltre. Most country music artist Scott McCreery will be performing a post-game concert this Saturday. It's presented by Budweiser. You can come and watch the Rangers take on the Cleveland Indians and enjoy the concert after the game. To buy tickets for the game or to get your field passes for the concert, visit TexasRangers.com/concerts. Beltre slammed his 22nd home run of the year his last time up. He had a bolt into the bullpen with 2 men aboard. history, and now 83 runs driven in this year. That's the most on the Ranger club. 22 home runs, one behind Rougned Odor for the team leadership. Oh, 0-2. Now this is the home run, and that dark red or dark orange, the area that he is the hottest in, and you can see that.
That's almost the whole strike zone.
Yeah, it is. Drives this one to right field. Almonte in front of the track puts it away. That'll do it. Rangers get a leadoff walk, but Omar Mazzaro left stranded. We're going on to the 8th inning. Rangers leading Cleveland 8-0 on Fox Sports Southwest.
And Tom, time for the progressive fan of the game. We got to give it to Bev Ball, legendary coach in from McMurray University. She's coaching, 86 years young. She coaches swimming at McMurray University. Congratulations, Bev. Good to have you out here with a lot of your former athletes, I guess you could say, over at Abilene High. You used to coach there for 48 years. How do you keep so young and continue to coach year after year? 86 years old.
You want to keep the young people going as great athletes. That's what keeps you young.
There we go. Well, congratulations. Hope you guys had a good time here at Globe Life Park. Tom, look at this. This guy is the McMurray University athletic director that hired Bev. I don't think you were even born when she coached her first volleyball game over at Abilene.
No, my mother wasn't even born at that point. But there's no one with more energy than Bev Ball, I assure you.
All right, there you go. Well, great to have you guys out here. Appreciate it. Thank you.
That's great.
Nice going, Noxie. 86 years young.
That is great.
Yep, sure is. Carlos Santana leading off the 8th inning for Cleveland, and he takes that breaking ball that just missed by a bit. Santana has grounded out twice tonight. Once to third, once to short. Two and two. Hamels still dealing. That was his 89th. I think that is 90th pitch of the night. Cole Hamels. 66 strikes, 24 balls. The 2-2 to Santana. Hit hard but pulled foul. And the Rangers tonight, 8 runs on 6 hits. They've had 2 3-run home runs. Cleveland Indians, no runs on 1 hit. John Lucroy going back through the signs again and said, well, Was thinking a little too fast for my fingers. I couldn't get the numbers down quick enough. By Elvis into left center field. That's going to be just the second hit of the game as Santana is aboard to start off the 8th inning. That snaps a streak of 19 straight retired by Cole Hamels.
Third baseman Jose Ramirez.
So, one aboard. Now Jose Ramirez. Elvis going as far as he could to his left and just came up a bit short. Ramirez is lined to short, popped to second. An opportunity here for a double play. The Rangers haven't had many opportunities tonight. Matter of fact, this is the first opportunity. First time we've had a base runner on with less than 2 out. Rangers still leading the major leagues in double plays. 161 they have turned this year. Cole Hamels is on pace to set a new personal career high. He's had 16 turned behind him. Most he's ever had in one season, 19. Shallow center, Desmond coming on a hurry and makes the catch. Ball hung up just long enough for Ian to be able to get there. One gone. Brandon Guyer will be next. Of those 161 double plays the Rangers have turned this year, 143 have been ground ball double plays. Well, Brandon Guyer has not been a good night. Nomar Mazara, the first bad bat, robbed him. And Odor completely picked his pocket. As pretty a play as you're going to see from a second baseman. So instead of being 2 for 2 or at least 1 for 2, Guyer's up there 0 for 2. The Rangers have talked about getting home and playing solid baseball. Something they don't feel they have been doing, especially on this last road trip. They didn't feel they'd put it all together, and by what we've seen so far, it's been a very solidly played game. I think Jeff Bannister would tip his hat to the defense. They have been very, very good. Offense with some timely hitting. That pitch gets away from Lucroy, and down to second goes Santana.
Yeah, and the offense has kind of gone in spurts, and you have to feel like coming down the stretch, eventually it's going to all click. There's too many good players with proven track records in the lineup for it not to get hot and start to really churn some runs out. The good thing is the Rangers have a nice lead, and I think most of the players feel right now that they're playing well, but that they're capable of playing even better as a team than they are right now.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And that's, you know, it's easy to see in the areas where they can improve. Nice to have Derek Holland back in the rotation. He looked really better in his last start than he had at any time before his injury.
Yep.
Colby Lewis had a rehab start. It won't be long before Colby's back. And if you can look as far forward as the postseason, you still have to get there. But having Colby back in the rotation, if the Rangers do get to the postseason, could be a big deal, because very few active pitchers have pitched better in the postseason than Colby Lewis has.
That's right. There's the 8th strikeout of the night. And Brandon Guyer goes down swinging. 2 gone. And Abraham Almonte will come up.
And another thing that's kind of happening over the last couple of weeks with off days and deeper starts has been the bullpen's gotten more rest. They're not looking for ways to get the bullpen rest. They're approaching ways trying to get some guys into a game right now. So that's nice to see too.
Way inside, that almost clipped Almonte. Almonte, a 267 average as he bats for the first time tonight. A home run, 9 driven in. Appearing in his 37th ball game of the night for the Cleveland Indians. Got Carlos Santana out at second. Cole Hamels, 100 pitches under his belt. Nothing more than 17 in an inning. That was one time. Other than that, 14 has been the tops. That is the model of consistency. 2-0 now. And you got a glimpse of Tony Barnett loosening in the Ranger bullpen. I doubt that Jeff Bannister is going to push Hamels or allow Hamels to go much past 105 pitches or so. He will take his next turn without the benefit of an extra off day. Good cutter in under the hands of Almonte.
Those breaking balls he's thrown today, whether it's a curveball, the cutter, slider, they've been terrific. Very few of them have been anywhere near a spot in the strike zone where the hitter can do anything with them. And a lot of them have been out of the strike zone and still tempting enough to get swings at him.
Elvis takes the second hop of that ground ball, throws out Almonte. That'll do it. Leadoff single by Santana. He is left stranded. Cole Hamels, a 2-hit shutout through 8th inning. Rangers leading 8-0 as we go to the bottom of the 8th.
Control leading the Cleveland Indians by a score of 8-0 as we welcome you back to Globe Life Park in Arlington. This the opener of a 4-game set and 10-game homestand. The Indians and Rangers will play game 2 tomorrow, same time, same place, right here on Fox Sports Southwest. Coverage begins at 6:30. There you see a couple of the hotter hitters in the American League. In the month of August, Francisco Lindor and Adrian Beltre, 10th and 14th in the month of August in the American League, respectively. Both will be on display tomorrow as the Rangers and Indians play game 2 of 4 here at Globe Life Park in Arlington, guys. Oh, big thanks to AT&T High-Speed Internet for getting us ready for game 2 tomorrow.
All right, good catch, Em. There you go. So Zach McAllister has come out of the Indian bullpen here to become the 4th pitcher used tonight. McAllister converted to the bullpen last year and had very good success. 41st appearance of the year. 4.19 ERA. And he's dealing to Rougned Odor. Odor 0 for 3 tonight. Rougned has struck out twice and reached on an error. That ball's ripped to right field. That is carrying well. Way back. Goodbye.
You talk about a ball jumping off someone's back.
Odor with his 24th home run of the year. It's 9-0 Texas.
That shows you the kind of pop that he's got in his bat. Hit a ball that hard. He's working on an 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Now he's going to break someone's arm. I'd stay away from him. Yeah, that's a little bit easier. Those forearm smashes are going to get someone hurt. Boy, he killed that ball.
Yes, he did. That's the Rangers' 3rd home run of the night. Yeah, that had good sound to it, or bad sound to it, from my perspective.
That bounced right out of his hands. he got a hand on it though. Hope he's okay.
Ooh,
ouch.
Yeah.
Oh, he almost got it. That's a double error. That would have been a great play on the carom.
Yeah, so you got to listen to Tom. Bring your glove out there.
If they each had a glove, they would have had a better chance. I just hope his hand's okay.
I do too.
He made a great try.
If he writes right-handed, that's going to be a problem for a few days. 3-1 to Jonathan Lucroy. And McAllister lost it. Well, Lucroy on for the 2nd time tonight. He had a single back in the 2nd. Now Mitch Moreland coming up.
Mitch Moreland.
Mitch 0 for 2 tonight. He walked and scored in the 2nd. Other than that, is flied out and struck out. Rangers 9 runs on 7 hits this evening. And Roberto Perez is going to go out and have a little chat with Zach McAllister. Brief talking to. Perez back down behind the plate. Mitch at 252 currently. Started, couldn't stop. It's 1-1. I mentioned McAllister converting to the bullpen last year. He had 62 appearances, or 61 appearances last year. One of them as a start. He was able to work a lot of innings coming out of the bullpen. As a starter, he just had never been able to put it together. Came up originally in 2011. And then was part of the rotation 2012, 2013. Best he could do was 9-9. That was in 2013 with a 375. High and away. It's 3-1 to Mitch. So Moreland batting 7th. Carlos Gomez, newest Ranger, waiting in that on-deck circle. Three and 2. Rangers with their 3 home runs tonight now of 167 for the year. They are in the upper third of the American League in home runs. Solid, he struck to center. That's down for a base hit.
That ball was hit just almost as hard as Rubnet hit his line drive. Just a little bit lower.
Well, Mitch now with a 4-game hitting streak. 2 on again for Carlos Gomez. And Let's go over to Jim Knox.
All right, Buzz, here he is, and the hand Frank Williams is okay, right?
Yes, it's okay.
All right, Rubin hits the ball right here, right next to the Rangers bullpen, coming right at you. What were you thinking?
I'm going to catch this one.
And what happened?
I missed it. The second one I missed. Yeah, the second one.
Next time, will you bring a glove?
Yes, I'm going to get one tomorrow.
All right,
I will have one.
Awesome. Okay, hands okay, though. Appreciate it.
Glad to hear
Frank. We'll stand here and protect you next time, okay?
All right, good day.
I hope he's got some friends watching so they get on him about that error.
Ouch. One more time. Oh, boy.
I'll tell you what, though, he didn't shy away from it. I thought the lady was going to catch it.
Hey, he would have gotten an assist on that, too.
Yeah, that would have been play of the year.
Carlos Gomez hit his 6th home run of the year, his first in a Ranger uniform, in his first swing in a Ranger uniform. It was back in the 2nd inning. 1 ball and 1 strike. Got Lucroy out at second. Mitch Moreland trailing him at first. A ball and 2 strikes. Right center field, not hit very deep. Almonte. 1 gone. Let's go back again and Jim Knox.
All right, Buzz, let's follow the bouncing ball. After Frank, it comes all the way up to Fran. What happened to you, Fran?
I just missed it. It had bounced off his hand. It hit my hand, bounced on the ground, and bounced over the seat. And this guy got it. We both had our hands on it, but he was stronger.
You said you've been sitting here how long?
Probably, well, we've had season tickets since the ballpark opened. We've been here probably about 10 years.
And this was your chance?
This was my chance.
The ball ended up, who has it? This little girl right here has it. It landed in good hands. There you go. Very nice. All right, thank you. Don't throw it back on the field. Just don't.
Chris Jimenez going after that pop foul, and he's able to get there in time. So all of his fouls out. That's 2 gone.
Right fielder, Nomar Mazara.
Those are pretty good seats right out there in the home run porch, right next to the bullpen. You get to watch the guys warm up close. And you can't get a better look really than right where they're sitting at the bullpen and watch a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. That's about as close as you can get to it.
You can hear it sing to you.
Yeah, you can.
Going toward the catcher. A 2-away. Nomar Mazara with his 5th plate appearance of the night. He is 1 for 3. He's singled. He's also walked. And McAllister able to drop that breaking ball in. Nomar, his first experience as a leadoff hitter. One thing Jeff Anderson said about Mazara leading off, said, he doesn't have the speed of a typical leadoff hitter, or what you would associate with a leadoff hitter, but he says he makes solid contact, has long at bats, which is a requisite up there, and he also has a little power for you, much like Shin-Soo Choo had. Not quite the plate discipline yet of a guy like Choo, but for the time being against right-handed pitchers, he said we'll try him and we'll see what happens. He's drawn a walk. He's had the base hit. He's been on 2 of the 4 times that he's come up there. Checked his swing there. He went around, says John Tumpane. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Nomar, a .278 average. Now Lucroy right there at the bottom of your screen, getting his lead from second. Call strike 3. McAllister got the call on the inside corner. That'll do it for the Rangers, but Rougned Odor adds one more to the tally. His 24th home run of the year. Will go to the 9th. Rangers leading 9-0. The 9th inning, Cole Hamels finished for the evening, but not before he was absolutely masterful tonight. 8 strikeouts in 8 shutout innings, allowing the Tribe only 2 hits. Just a sampling of how unhittable Cole Hamels was tonight. No walks, 8 punch-outs for the veteran left-hander. Quite a night for Cole Hamels. And he gives way to Tony Barnett. Barnett on to pitch the 9th. Trying to close out this shutout of the Cleveland Indians. Tony Barnett appearing in his 47th game of the year. 6-3 with a 2.25 ERA. Inning by inning. A lot of goose eggs on the top line for the Tribe. Well, Roberto Perez, the catcher, will lead things off against Barnett. That'll take them then back to the top of the order. Perez struck out both times that he faced Cole Hamels. Barnett throws ball 1. Rangers have not thrown a shutout in this ballpark this year, individual or team. They are bidding for their first here at Globe Life Park. They've had 2 shutouts all year, both the shutouts on the road. 2-1. Mentioned Perez coming back from that thumb surgery, trying to work his way back into playing shape, hitting just 104. And that's a little bit low. 3-1. Barnett's next pitch. 3-2. Well, Perez, the number 9 man, to be followed by the leadoff hitter, Rajai Davis. Only hits in the ball game, a leadoff single in the 8th by Carlos Santana, a 2-out single in the 1st by Francisco Lindor. And there's the first walk of the game as Tony Barnett loses Roberto Perez. Tony Barnett on for the first time since the first game against Tampa Bay over the weekend. That Friday night affair, he worked a third of an inning gave up a couple of hits and a run to the Rays. Rajai Davis 0 for 3, and he takes strike one. Davis has struck out twice and grounded out. Tom, you mentioned that the way the starting pitching has been going lately, it's been giving the bullpen a little bit more rest. And Tony Barnett in that situation where he hasn't worked in 6 days, so it was good to see him get back out there.
He needed to get out there just to get some work in. And so it seems like all season long it's a fine line between the guys needing a rest and needing the work. When you're winning and you're on a winning streak and the games are fairly close where you need your closer to get a save, and generally you need the setup man along with them, seems like the guys are pitching every day. Then you go through a stretch where starting pitchers start to pitch a little deeper, or you start to lose some games, and then guys get a little bit of rest. Your closer and late inning guys get the rest. But very seldom do you spend a long period of time with everybody getting the perfect amount of rest that you'd like to have. Doesn't work that way.
Well, and that kind of happened with the Rangers. They went to an 8-man bullpen there for a little while, 10 days ago or so. Nick Martinez came up, and when they were not getting the starting pitching as consistently, so guys kind of got worn out very quickly in the bullpen. And it kind of calmed down, so Nick went back with Derek Holland coming back to the starting rotation. That ball between the legs of Jonathan Lucroy back to the dugout, or back to the backstop. So down to second goes Perez. A wild pitch. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count to Rajai Davis. Tony Barnett wants to find out what signs that Jonathan Lucroy is going to use. Always nice to know what your catcher's calling, and always nice for a catcher to know what your pitcher's throwing. Makes for a much better relationship.
I remember one game in winter ball. We had about 10 Rangers playing on a team in Maracaibo. Soft pop up into right field. About 10 Rangers playing on a game in Maracaibo, and Rich Billings was our manager and our catcher. And I can't remember who was pitching, but whoever was pitching kept shaking off the sign. And Rich just stood up and screamed at him, "Just throw whatever you want. I'm not going to give any sign, and I'll catch it." So he didn't care whether it was a fastball or a breaking ball. He got sick of giving the signs over there.
That's better than what Buck Martinez used to tell me. He said, "Go ahead and throw what you want. It's not going to get to me anyway." Michael Martinez with his first at-bat of the night. Martinez came on defensively for Jason Kipnis in the 8th inning. Martinez, a .250 hitter, 1 home run and 3 driven in. Odor throws out his counterpart. That is out number 2. On to third goes Roberto Perez. We're going to bring up Francisco Lindor. But first, we're going to go over to Dana Larson for a preview of Rangers Live.
Buzz, thank you very much. Pretty much a dream scenario here for a post-game crew. The starter with a gem. We're going to talk an awful lot about Cole Hamels and hear from him as well. How about Carlos Gomez's debut? Could not have gone any better. We'll also talk about him. Hope to hear from him, and we'll set up Game 2 tomorrow. Mark McLemore is here with me, and we will see you right after the game for Rangers Live, guys.
All right, Dana, thank you. We'll look forward to that. And right now, we look forward to Tony Barnett closing out this shutout of the Cleveland Indians. Francisco Lindor, 1 for 3 tonight. The only thing standing between Tony Barnett and the Rangers and a shutout. Moreland will underhand to Barnett at first base, and that is a winner. Tony Barnett works around the leadoff walk, gets Lindor. The Rangers blank the Cleveland Indians 9-0 tonight. Cole Hamels gets his first career victory in 4 outings against Cleveland. He was masterful for 8 innings. Tony Barnett finished off the shutout 9-0. The Rangers get their first shutout at home this year. And that's a nice feeling as they begin a 10-game homestand in very fine fashion. Carlos Gomez is a very welcomed addition after what he did his first time up. He slammed one out of the ballpark. The first swing that Ranger fans saw him take in a Ranger uniform, and that was just the start of things. Adrian Beltre with a long home run, and Rougned Odor, one of 3 home runs tonight for the Rangers. So they complete the whitewashing tonight. 9 runs on 8 hits for the Rangers.